Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. 99,019 subscribers. Wow, it's been a great journey. I am 981 subscribers away. Is that math right? Yeah, I think it is. To 100,000 subscribers on the Working Money Channel. I do want to hit 100,000. That has been, kind of this milestone for me that I've been hoping for during this time. I mean, it has been a great several years in the XRP community, met some great friends, and I'm hoping all of you guys are having a great time too. What I have noticed though is that, I think there's about 40% of people that watch my videos. I don't have the statistic up right now, but about 40% of people who are not subscribed to the channel. So if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to Working Money Channel. I think we got to hit 100,000 guys, and I think we got to hit it by March the 31st. I'm going to give away a couple of Ledger Nanos once we do hit 100,000 subscribers, but you do have to be subscribed to be eligible to win. Yeah, I've just decided it right now. That's what I'm going to do. So guys, please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Holding XRP, though, has not come without its challenges, though. Jim Cramer here giving us a list of some of the coins that he thinks are pretty much crap. Now, I wish we had this list earlier. Basically, though, do the inverse of what Jim Cramer says. This one coming from Ashley Prosper. So she says, Jim Cramer really cares about us and wants us to stay away from the cryptos mentioned in this video. We should really listen to him. He only wants to help us make money, right?
We can put up these currencies, and I question, well, what do we know about Solana? What do we know about XRP? I mean, and the answer is zero. And the reason why we know zero is because the government doesn't feel that it should be regulated. And we put them up. We could put up lots of it. We could have put up Enron. That was a very well traded stock. So, I mean, I question why we put these up. I know that that's maybe seditious, but I question why we're not allowed to question any of these things.
I think we are allowed to question these things, and I think at least, and I think on your broadcast and our broadcast, we've been questioning it repeatedly to the point where
you guys have been nonstop. You have been nonstop, and it's been great. I didn't mean it like that. I meant that they don't want you to question. You were endless. But I want to call your attention to what I consider to be all the counterfeit coins that are still traded. Solana, created by Solana Labs. ADA, native token of Cardano. Matic, native token of Polygon. FIL, the native crypto asset of the Filicon Network. Atom, the native crypto asset of the Cosmos Hub. Sand, created on the Sand Ethereum blockchain. Mana, minted by Decentraland. ALGO, the native token of the Algorand blockchain. Axie Infinity Shards, another Ethereum token. Cody, a native of the Cody blockchain. These are all poppycock. If you're in them, you're a fool. You're just a fool. After reading this brief, I think that all these coins are more or less counterfeit. And I said so to Chairman Gensler this very morning. Why bother to mention them? Because unlike the banks, these crypto assets all seem to be scams, and I want you out of them. Many of you traffic in them every day. You should. You're wrong. And get ready. Dogecoin, Polkadot, DAI, Polygon, Shiba, Avalanche, Uniswap, Cosmos, Golem, Old Golem, Optimism, Kyber, Tribe Request, Rally, my neighbor Alice, League of Kingdoms, and a couple of other really solid investments that I can get you as long as you like blockchain. There's no point to any of this stuff beyond separating you from your money. You know what? I want you to keep your money. Please stay away from this stuff.
So what was that list again? I think I got to go get a pen and paper and write some of those down. Obviously, though, considering we are in a spec market, we know pretty much every cryptocurrency follows Bitcoin. So, I mean, you can take Jim Cramer, apply the inverse indicator, and maybe get some interesting picks there. Right now, the sentiment in the crypto space is neutral. We've got Bitcoin down within the last 24 hours about 0.0%. Ethereum is down about 0.63. We got XRP down about 0.96. And, we're seeing at this point in time the cryptocurrency market level out a little bit. That after quite a huge downturn for Bitcoin. I got Bitcoin here. Let me throw it on the hourly. And you can see we have rebounded up a little bit for Bitcoin. Bitcoin now trading in and around $40,000, $40,214 to be exact. But really, guys, this buying pressure here, not nearly as strong as the selling pressure we have seen over the last couple of weeks. So are we going to see something akin to what we saw back in here, the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st of January, where we did see a bit of optimism here before Another big move down, bringing Bitcoin back down to $38,000. On top of which cryptocurrencies are you looking to get into? Well, I have my picks. You can check out my portfolio. It's at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And it is only $5 a month for a subscription if you guys want to get my inside scoop. What's going on in my brain, my trading targets, what I'm looking to get into once the market does dip even more, because I do think it will dip even more. If that is something you guys are interested in, you can follow me over there, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I mean, we've got a lot of crypto analysts here giving their opinion, like Ali Charts. In this bull market, Bitcoin has experienced 4 notable corrections. So 12% over a 12-day period, 22.6 fall over 15 days, into approximately 21% dips, which lasted about 60 days each. So that is from the beginning of 2023 here. You guys can see I've outlined these corrections as well. So right now we're at the 20% mark. Again, I'm going to be gauging the Bitcoin chart and letting my Patreon subscribers know when I'm going to be getting into some more altcoin positions. I'm going to be posting my trades, letting you guys know within about 10 minutes of when they occur. So this is something I started as kind of a bit of fun, but I'm finding that a lot of people are really interested in what I'm trading this bull run. Again, guys, diversification. If you feel like you did not cash out enough cryptocurrency in 2021, well, you and I were in the same boat. I cashed out some, but not nearly enough. So my target strategy is different this time around. And again, I'm going to be sharing all that at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. We've also got this, guys. Bitcoin price risks $30,000 over supercharged inflation. This opinion coming from Arthur Hayes here. Bitcoin is flashing red because of upcoming turbulence in the US and global economy, the crypto OG concludes in his latest BTC price forecast. So what is Arthur Hayes saying? He thinks Bitcoin has a date with $35,000 or lower at the hands of fresh global macro turmoil. So taking a look at the broader picture, the broader market here, in his latest blog post, Yellen or Talkin', interesting title there. On January the 24th, the former CEO of crypto exchange BitMEX makes a grim short-term Bitcoin price forecast. Now, we got to remember, these are short-term forecasts, guys. This does not mean that we think the market is bearish. At the end of 2021, I would have said, okay, we're looking pretty toppy for the entire crypto market. Now the market is turning bearish, but this is just a retrace, okay? Bitcoin may still be up 75% versus a year ago, but it faces a perfect storm of downside volatility this quarter. For Hayes, these come in several guises. The Red Sea conflict between the United States and Houthis, with its impact on global shipping, the U.S. presidential election race, so that's another important factor here that we have to factor in. This is going to be a crazy race, too. I don't think I have to comment much more on that. Higher shipping costs, however, could mean a spike in prices later in the year, something the Fed and Chair Jerome Powell will be keen to mitigate. And guys, here's a quote. Due to weather and geopolitics, higher shipping costs could cause a surge in inflation in the third and fourth quarter of this year. As Powell is undoubtedly aware of these issues, he will do everything he can to talk a big game about rate cuts without having to actually cut them. What might be a mild increase in the rate of inflation due to increased shipping costs could be supercharged by rate cuts and the resumption of quantitative easing. The market doesn't appreciate this fact yet. Bitcoin does. So some potential geopolitical factors here that could affect Bitcoin price. Again, it's flirting with 40,000 at the moment, and to me, that's just looking like a psychological level, really. We have seen Bitcoin routinely move down anywhere between 20 and 30% during these same corrections in former cycles. So, if Bitcoin goes down to 34,000, I would not be surprised in the least. Even just looking at this daily trend here, you guys can see we're seeing strong red candlesticks on the daily moving down, right? Red, and the uptrend is looking very, very weak in comparison. So we're seeing the buying interest is not there yet. But of course, we're going to keep an eye on that. But that has not stopped companies like VanEck putting out their new Bitcoin ETF advertisements. Check this one out. These guys have been getting a jump start on their, product advertising. HODL is the name of this one from VanEck. So, enticing people now is an interesting tactic. I understand why they were doing it when the market was looking toppy. But I mean, smart money is going to be getting into these products, whether it's now or very, very shortly. Anyway, wanted to keep moving along because I've also noticed this from Mr. Man. According to the IOSCO, crypto adoption has arrived. So, despite the market downturn, despite all the negativity that we've been hearing, we got to look at what the facts are. And so crypto adoption is part of that. National level adoption for crypto refers to a situation where a country adopts a cryptocurrency as its official digital currency. So this is interesting. This has to do with CBDCs or stablecoins. This has a significant impact, or will have a significant implication for the country's economy, financial system, and regulatory framework. For example, some countries have considered adopting crypto assets as their national currencies, but this decision comes with substantial risks to macro financial stability, financial integrity, consumer protection, and the environment. Prominent examples of countries exploring this are countries like China, Sweden, and the European Union, which are testing for considering the launch of their own digital currencies, known as central bank digital currencies and stablecoins. The use of CBDCs and or stablecoins have been suggested as a means of enhancing the speed and security of centralized, lowering the cost and dangers of handling cash, and promoting greater financial inclusion for people and companies without access to the conventional means. They also might be making cross-border payments easier and lessen the need for foreign exchange. So all very, very important topics here that governments and financial institutions are realizing they need to address. On top of which, this is an older clip, but I thought I'd bring this to you because this is pertinent. Christine Lagarde saying if you pay more than 1,000 euros in cash, you're in the gray market. Huh?
Electronic euro, as I know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How can switching to an electronic currency help?
Now we have in Europe this threshold above 1,000 euros, you cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the gray market. You take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail. But the digital euro is going to have a limited amount of control. There will be control. You're right. You're completely right. We are considering whether for very small amounts, anything that is around 300, 400 euros, we could have a mechanism where there is zero control. But that could be dangerous. The terrorist attacks on France back 10 years ago were entirely financed by those very small anonymous credit cards that you can recharge in total anonymity.
So guys, this is happening. This is a reality. It is happening before our eyes. They are looking to eliminate cash very soon, and they do not want us to have other options. So, in terms of shaking us out of the crypto market, utilizing our cryptocurrency for payments, they don't want that. They want us to get in, buy Bitcoin at the high 48,000. They want us to lose 20, 30% of our portfolio and then get discouraged, move on, even poorer than what we were before. Luckily for us, we are looking to trade on the right side of these trades, not trading with retail, not FOMOing in, making sure we make the right moves according to market conditions. So, again, just looking into our future, maybe a little glimpse into our future. And even if you don't live in Europe, you guys, this is coming to the Western world all over the place. So just make note of that. David Schwartz recently did an interview with Tony Edward from Thinking Crypto, and he let us in on some interesting developments when it comes to Ripple, XRP, and the XRP ecosystem. Here's David Schwartz on stablecoins and the XRP ledger. One thing that's been missing on the XRP ledger DEX is a large number of high-quality assets, like a high-quality US dollar stablecoin, guys. I do urge you to watch Tony's entire interview here. Subscribe to his channel. He's a great guy, great interviewer. Listen to this clip here.
That's super exciting. Yeah, so on the stablecoin front, that's mostly happening through the Ripple X side, the XRP ledger side of Ripple. We've recently announced partnerships with Stasis, which is the leading Euro stablecoin, one of the top 10 stablecoins globally, and Novati, which brings large ERC20 stablecoins like USDC and USDT, as well as an Australian dollar stablecoin to the XRP Ledger DEX. One of the things that's been missing on the XRP Ledger DEX is like a large number of high quality assets. Like there's XRP, and then there's a couple of like medium, and then there's a long tail of interesting stablecoins, but not access to not like a high quality US dollar stablecoin obviously is extremely important. So, and the Euro stablecoin. So that's going to help bring some of those things to the XRP Ledger side.
So still looking to bring some high quality stablecoins on the XRP Ledger side. David gave us some more insight too on some Ripple partnerships, recent ones that we heard about in 2023, Mataco, HSBC, tokenization. Some interesting things are going to be happening on the XRP Ledger, guys. Insurance for digital assets, tokenization of gold, and for securities. Another clip from Tony's interview, courtesy of Riz.xrp here. Listen to this.
In the early days of Ripple, another thing I learned talking to banks is that a lot of banks don't care about payments. Seriously, like you might think, well, what do banks do? What they say is, we want you to like deposit your money with us and sort of leave it here. And payments are expensive and they're slow, and customers complain when we can't do them. So we just won't be very good at payments. We'll be a great bank, but not very good at payments. And what they learned very quickly is that like, you're not, nobody, why would I keep my money at a bank that isn't good at payments? And what they discovered is that if I don't keep my money at a bank, I'm not going to go to the bank for a loan. You know, it used to be if you needed a loan, you would go to your local bank that you had a personal relationship with. Virtually nobody does that anymore.
Right.
Like the world has changed. And I think the same thing happens with custody. Like if you want to get all these associated businesses, like you're going to go to the place that has your cryptocurrency. Like you're going to look for their liquidity services, their payment services, their connectivity to on-ramps and off-ramps. That's going to be the first place that you're going to look. And so by adding custody, that's going to make Ripple the leading enterprise solution provider in the space. So, you know, I'm just so super excited about that. HSBC, they plan to offer a custody service for digital assets to their clients. So it's kind of like a layering service where HSBC is using some technology for custody, and that sort of makes them able to provide a sort of relay custody service to their clients. What's great about that is HSBC can do the sort of compliance part for them. So if I keep my money at a bank, I'm almost completely reliant on the bank's compliance to make sure that like I don't fund terrorists or I don't receive money from like I don't have to have my own compliance department have a bank account, because my bank account is at an institution that has all those things. Now with cryptocurrencies, many people will self-custody and like, I'm just not worried about all that stuff. They don't have to have a compliance department because they don't have a regulatory burden. But if you're an institution that has a regulatory burden, it doesn't make sense for every institution that wants to hold cryptocurrency to have its own cryptocurrency compliance like department. That's obviously they're going to have something because they have to monitor, but to actually build out all of those services doesn't make sense. So layering is just like a very logical way to do that.
So layering cryptocurrency services and, realizing, the Metaco partnership, very critical and very strategic in terms of why Ripple did acquire Metaco. Now, I wanted to bring this up too from Moonchaser. The $1 trillion question is whether if the U.S. and the world's largest securities market will follow in the footsteps of Asia-Pacific markets, forecasted to be about $11.3 trillion worth of tokenized specifically, tokenized financial assets by the year 2030. So she retweeted out Metaco's tweet here: as the digital revolution reshapes the financial landscape, Apax is pioneering the integration of blockchain and capital markets. Our CGO highlights for Nikkei Asia the region's leadership in tokenized securities. And so I did link this in the description of the video, but it is a subscription-based article, so I cannot access that at the moment. But guys, this just goes to what David Schwartz was saying, tokenizing everything, these strategic partnerships, the idea too that Metaco, their largest acquisition, is going to play a pivotal role in this as well. David Schwartz about the synergy of Ripple and Metaco. We are still in the process of processing what this means. Here's another clip from Tony's podcast. Listen to this.
I think we're still in the process of processing exactly how the strategic, like Ripple had strategies that they were working on that required custody, but Metaco has so much more than they have those things of layered services with compliance. They have this possibility for a tokenization platform and this integrating it with payments and liquidity. And I think we're still thinking through exactly, we know what Ripple brings to the table. We know what Metaco brings to the table. Obviously, the two of them together is great. But then what's the extra? What's the synergy that you get? I think we're still in the process of figuring out how we can adjust Ripple's strategy and Metaco's strategy to take advantage of what the other can provide. It's going to be interesting to see. I wish I could talk about some of those ideas because they're great, but very little's finalized yet. So that's something. And again, we couldn't really do that until us and Metaco were on the same side of the table.
Sure.
And we're totally willing to give the crazy ideas and the bad ideas as well as the good ones without having to worry about blowing up, $250 million deal.
So they're working on strategies that require custody. Metaco has layered services as well. We heard about that in the last clip. HSBC is a client for this, and we know HSBC is looking to tokenize quite a large quantity of assets. I did talk about them tokenizing gold in a video I did probably about a month or two ago. I'll try to find it, and I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner if I can. Metaco has the possibility for a tokenization platform, this integrating with payments and liquidity. We know what Ripple brings to the table, and we know what Metaco brings to the table. Obviously, the two of them are great together, but they're still trying to figure out what that is, guys. Nevertheless, the future is looking very, very promising for Ripple, the company, Metaco, of course, but most importantly for us XRP holders, the XRP ecosystem, the XRP token, which will be tokenizing a large portion of these assets moving through this current decade and into the future. So an XRP price at 50 cents, 51 cents. Don't let it get you down, guys. You might want to start thinking about diversifying into some other cryptocurrencies too, because this could be the last speculative crypto market we see. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's try to hit 100,000 subscribers, guys. Like the video too if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.